So people have been asking me lately what my consult sessions are about or what they consist of. And quite frankly, there's no one particular answer to that question, because every single connection that I have is unique. See, the problem with people these days is a lot of people are just living in very disconnected relationships. So, couples that had children, and that's what they communicate about is the kids, the house, the bills, what they're going to make for dinner that night. But actually that couple connecting and having fun together, it's just not something that's happening. So there's a level of disconnect. And when couples are young and that disconnect is already there, then sometimes one of the partners will consistently create drama. What they're subconsciously doing is trying to add some type of excitement to that relationship that wasn't there right from the beginning. So by playing a victim or just drama, gossiping about other people's lives because their own life is really not that exciting. That's why Hollywood and Entertainment Tonight, for example, does so well, because people love to tune in to hear all the juicy details and gossip about celebrities, because their own life really isn't that exciting. And that gives them something to talk about. Because after the kids and the bills and the house and what's for dinner tonight, there's nothing left to talk about. And so that is what my consults are actually about. It's about a level of connection that's still coming from a professional level. So no, you may not fall in love with me. But when it comes to somebody really understanding and being able to tune into you and really being present, that's what I am hoping to bring to my consults. I'm hoping to connect with the people that feel disconnected in their everyday life. It doesn't mean that they're miserable. They could be in a perfectly content marriage, but they feel like they're living with their best friend, like a roommate. And after everything is said and done for the day, there's nothing to explore together in conversation. And if there's nothing to explore in conversation, then exploring anything sexually is obviously never going to happen. So somebody that has wild fantasies or certain fetishes that they'd like to try out, or that they've been trying out, that they've been experimenting with, is never going to get talked about. And in the end, the person who has those things that they'd like to speak about or try out or introduce into the relationship will never, ever confide in their partner about those things, because it's just a little too deep. And that's the thing. It's a very surfacey world. Right from the minute we leave our house and, we acknowledge the person at the corner store and they say, "Hi, how are you today?" And you answer them with, "I'm good, how are you?" You're already on the surface, because deeper inside, you're not maybe really okay. Maybe there's a lot more going on in your life that you'd love to talk to somebody about, or that you don't understand, or something that has you stressed out. And that is exactly, again, what my consults are about. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have stress. Maybe you have questions. Maybe you just simply don't have somebody who's willing and able to go deeper and connect. And that is something that I love to do. So currently my rates are still based on the text and phone and live cam rates that I have listed on my previous website, MS Workshops Canada. You can find all of those links actually to all of my social media on my link tree, which is actually posted on MS Workshops Canada, as well as at abovenorms.com. So yes, I do expect my my potential long-term clientele to do their research and to spend a little bit of time reading through all the content I've made. And if you're just looking for some quick fun, well, I make lots of content. I know that a lot of people are just using it for free because they can't afford to pay me, and that's fine. So don't contact me unless you're actually ready to connect with me. Don't waste my time. I wouldn't waste yours. So that's another big thing, is mutual respect. And that's another big thing missing in the world. Somebody giving their time, that's a big deal. See, I get paid for my time. That's how I pay my bills. That's what makes me a professional in this. But I certainly get my share of people who are really confused, or they have justified their fetishes or their kinks in a certain way in their head, justifying it as if it's something that's terribly wrong or terribly so out of the box that they feel embarrassed by it. And it's such a heartwarming feeling when I do have a client that connects with me like that has been literally hiding their fetish away for years and years and years, thinking that they're weird. And suddenly I enlighten them with the fact that that particular fetish makes up 50% of my clientele, for example. And they're blown away. They had no idea. They thought that they were just weird and doing this all by themselves. So, fetish exploration is still something that I am offering. It was going to be left only to my return clientele, but I am giving the option to potential future clients to still connect with me in that way for one of the sessions outlined on my previous website, MS Workshops Canada, under sessions. All the rates apply. And of course, there's role plays listed there in my Create the Session page, but you have to be sincere. If you're going to address me incorrectly, then I'm not interested. So the outline as to how to address me correctly to request a session with me based on Dom and fetish and kink is all outlined at Above Norms on the online booking form page, which is still under construction. So it's temporary that I'm allowing this, that I will be considering new clients for such sessions. So please, when you request my time, request it correctly, be ready to send payment, and I'll definitely be taking on a few new clients that are worthy. Other than that, my booking form will be in place soon, and you can try me out for just a consult session based on anything that I've already talked about or a topic of your choice, because my experiences are very broad. And I usually have something interesting to bring to the table of a story or an experience of my own. So stop being lonely. I think it's time to connect, don't you? That's what I thought.